Hi everyone, this week we are in the flower patch and we're looking at one of my favourite summer flowers, which is cosmos, and you might have started growing this at home in your gardens as well this year. I started it off from seeds in March-April time. I grew it on in the greenhouse, and in the last few weeks I have been planting it out in the flower patch here. Now it produces loads of lovely flowers, but you can do something to make sure that it produces a lot more for you. You can make a much bushier plant and it will produce a lot more flowers over the summer period for you if you pinch it out. And if you've been watching some of my other videos, you will have seen that we did this with our sweet peas and our dahlias. And you can also do it with cosmos plants. So that's the stage we're at just now. They're all planted out here in the bed. You can see that there's some plastic horizontal netting over them as well, and this is just to support them as they become heavier, bigger plants, because the weather here in Scotland can get quite wild and rainy and it can bash the plants over quite easily. So we want it to have that extra support just to keep the flowers upright, and that will be especially helpful for when I'm cutting them for florists or for bouquets as well. So let's have a look and see what we've got. Over here you can see some that I have pinched already. So it is basically taking out the growing tip like before with a pair of scissors, or just pinching it between your thumb and finger, and that will promote the side branching from lower down. And over here you can see some more that I haven't pinched out yet, so I need to go down the bed and just make sure that I'm finding all the ones that are ready. So at the moment it has got quite a good few pairs of leaves on it. So we've got initial ones down here, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's on to its 7th pair of leaves now, so it's a good time to pinch it out. It's nice and strong and it can cope with that. If it's still little with just its seed leaves and you've just got a smaller plant, I would give it a little bit of time to grow up to about this stage. So this is about 20 to 30 centimetres tall these are now, and that's a good stage to pinch them off. So we'll just take our snips here, and we're just taking this main growing tip out there that you can see, and we just snip it off like that. And I'll just do another one here. So it's just taking your snips or your thumb and your finger and taking out that growing tip there. And we've taken out quite a bit there, and that might feel like the wrong thing to do. Why am I taking out a good chunk of healthy plant? But it will be worth it in the long run. You will get a much stronger, bushier plant, and you'll get a lot more flowers for doing this. Another lot of flowers that I pinch out in the garden are my snapdragons. So you can do exactly the same thing here. Once they've got several pairs of true leaves, you can just pinch out that growing tip and you'll get much more sturdy snapdragons and more flowers there too. So I've got a whole bunch here now, and it does look like, what have I been doing to my plants? But it is worth it. You will get lots more flowers soon, and in a few weeks time when I start to get my flowers, I will bring you back and show you just what they're looking like. And I'll show you a picture in a minute of last year's cosmos, which are gorgeous in the garden. Weren't all those bees on the cosmos absolutely fantastic? It is really great seeing all the wildlife in the garden and the bees buzzing around all the flowers when they get going in the summertime. I hope you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful to get more flowers on your cosmos plants this summer. If you've got any ideas about videos that you would like me to do in the next few weeks over the summer months, please do just leave a comment in the section below the video. I had a request last week for what can we do to fill that gap in May and early June when there's not so much flowering in the garden, so your spring ones are finished but your summer ones haven't come in. So next week I'm going to be having a look at what we can do there. It's something that I've been learning a lot about over the last few years, and it's not always easy to get right when the weather in Scotland is either very cold in the spring and we're a bit far behind, or maybe it's very hot and dry and things are going over very quickly. But I'll show you a few tips and tricks about what you can plant in your garden to make sure that you've got lots of nice flowers next May.